And almost half of all marriages in Australia end in divorce, which means many couples have to navigate co-parenting in the modern
A
world.
concept called nesting is a strategy where the kids stay in the family home and it's the parents who do the coming and going. It's an unconventional approach that can work under some of the right
And to
circumstances.
tell us more, parenting educator Lael Stone joins us live from Torquay in Victoria. Good morning to you. Explain this concept to us. How does it look on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I think it really is about keeping the children at the centre point of the family. So it's the parents, as you say, that come and go. And how that can look is parents may have another apartment that they go and stay at. Perhaps they stay with a family member, maybe they stay with a friend or even a new partner. But the main focus really is minimal disruption to the children. So the children get to keep their routines, get to keep their rhythms. And it really is the parents that are doing the shifting and the moving.
Okay. Breakups, of course, are complex, they're complicated. This strategy certainly won't work for every couple. I'm
Yeah.
thinking in domestic violence situations, coercive control, you could be dealing with personality disorders, narcissists, it goes on and on for all of the types of situations where this won't work. However, for those few that can maintain a civil relationship, the benefits there can be financial benefits as well.
Absolutely. I mean, everybody's feeling the financial pressure at the moment, and maintaining two houses with all the things that children need can be really expensive. So it can have its challenges. There is no doubt. When we're doing something like this, but I think not only the financial benefits, but the stability for the children is really really
Mm.
important. And I think we know that kids thrive when there is rhythms and their routines. So when we can facilitate that, that can minimize stress for the whole family unit as a whole.
Yeah, so you've gone through some of those challenges there, but what boundaries do parents need to establish to actually make bird nesting work?
Yeah, well, I think good communication is number one. Being able to really make sure that it's very clear around what happens and what's happening and rhythms and routines. But I also think it's really really important that we respect each other's privacy and we respect each other's boundaries with this. And it can be very challenging in families when couples split and new partners become involved. So I think it requires a level of maturity and a level of really making sure that we put the children at the centre point of this story so
Yeah.
that we can
Mm.
get our needs met.
And of course, it takes for both parties to be able to do that and to be able to communicate and so on. So, for those where nesting's not an option, what's your advice when it comes to co parenting, especially if you're dealing with a very difficult person?
It's really hard. Human relationships are complex, and especially when there's pain and there's hurt there, it can be very challenging. I say to couples all the time, what we want to make sure is we are putting the children at the centre of this story. And sometimes we need to park all our big hurts and wounds and, our ego and all those things that pop up. Of course, we all need to stay safe. But how can we all get our needs met so that we can create as much emotional safety for children? Because we know that that is what helps them thrive, particularly when there is separation in families. So, how can we look at it through the lens of what is going to serve our kids here?
Yeah, it can be such a minefield. Thanks for your tips on helping us navigate what is a very difficult situation for so many families around Australia. Thank you.